WWE is on an impressive run because that's 3 weeks in a row now that Raw has absolutely fucking sucked. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling here to review Monday Night Raw for the 7th of November 2022. It is the first show since Crown Jewel, and I was kind of hoping that the WWE superstars would have been held hostage in Saudi Arabia again, because then we wouldn't have had to see this absolute shit show from tonight, man. This Triple H era isn't good. People can claim it's great and, you know, pretend that he's doing a lot better job than Vince was, but in reality, Raw's still shit, WWE's still shit, and this is still 3 hours that is hard to watch. But what I will say about tonight, I will give it credit. I thought the opening segment was okay, and I really enjoyed the end, and I thought the main event was good, but we'll get to that when we get to the end of this video. So we kick off with the Bloodline. It is the Usos and Solo Sikoa. They get in the ring, they're interrupted by the New Day. The New Day come out and they're talking about how they're chasing the record. They congratulate the Usos for holding the belts this long, but they say that they won't beat their record because the New Day is going to win on SmackDown in their big title match. The New Day said that they had to build their success on their own backs, but the Usos basically were handed tryouts in the WWE because of family members. Then the Usos talk about pressure and how they had to live up to expectations because their uncles were wrestlers, their cousins were wrestlers. They had a lot of expectations that they had to, live up to and not fail essentially, or else they would have let their family down. So they said that was pressure that the New Day didn't understand. Then Xavier Woods was talking about how they were given a horrible gimmick, how he had to create a YouTube channel just so he could be recognised by the company. And he says they're the best 3-man team in the history of WWE. Now, look, this was a decent promo. I thought it was good, but what I didn't like was the kayfabe. I don't like when they bring it into like real life and they talk about tryouts or they talk about people being given bad gimmicks and getting buried. I don't want that. I want it to be wrestling. I want storylines. I don't want them bringing in real life fucking shit. But that's what they did in this promo. It was okay. It was alright. Then Matt Riddle comes out, he's got a bong and he's wanting people to hit the bong, and obviously he's making like a joint reference. He's wanting people to get high, he wants people to hit it. So people are going hitting his bong, and Solo Sikoa just looks at him. Jimmy Uso starts playing a wee tune on the bong, and Jey Uso slaps the bong, and Riddle gets upset. He says no one slaps his bong, so he makes a match. He says, my maths ain't good, but I can count. There's 3 of us and 3 of you. Let's have a 6-man tag team match. And that is exactly what we get here. We get the New Day with Matt Riddle versus the Bloodline in a 6-man tag match that isn't a horrendous match. On paper it looks pretty good, but when just how slow and boring it is. It literally took up like 3 breaks, and by the time this match was over, it was won by the Bloodline. By the time it was over, Raw was 40 minutes in, and it was legit just these teams. It was only these 6 people we'd seen in the first 40 minutes, so fucking slow and boring. Like back in the day, 40 minutes of Raw, you would have seen so much shit go down, but now it's like everything is dragged out, every segment lasts forever, every match lasts 3 or 4 fucking segments, man. Everything is just painfully slow and boring, and what happened to Raw being quick and if you blink you'll miss it? I mean, you could blink a million times and you'll still be on the same fucking match. It doesn't make any sense now. But like I said, the Usos won, so fair play to the Usos. They get the win. They come back from the break, and tonight seemed to be the night of returns of the fucking jobbers, because there was a lot of irrelevant people that were back tonight. But we come back for the break, and Cedric Alexander is in the ring. The problem, Cedric Alexander. What problem? The problem I've got, why is this guy on TV? I thought he was dead. I thought he was released, but no, he's back. He's taking on Baron Corbin, and no surprise, he loses to Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin hits the end of days. JBL sells it. Ball game. And that's it. I mean, I like JBL, but I just don't think this pairing of JBL and Baron Corbin is going to go anywhere. I mean, Baron Corbin is a bum. Like, I've tried defending the guy, I've tried liking the guy, but you know what, the whole broke ass Corbin thing, that was about as good as it got for him, and they just haven't been able to do anything good since then. They changed him to Happy Corbin. He hit lucky at the casino, but I mean, what's his gimmick now? Bore us all to fucking death? That's a shit gimmick, man. Change it, please. So, yeah, Corbin wins and stands tall with JBL. We then get Seth Rollins coming to the ring. He's going to get his United States Challenge underway. Judgment Day come out. They surround him. Finn Balor says that Seth Rollins cost him that belt a few years ago, so he's going to take it back. Then the OC come out. And the OC are here to basically face off with the Judgment Day. So Seth Rollins leaves, he sneaks away and goes to the back. AJ Styles says that the problem is there's 4 of you, only 3 of us. AJ says they haven't been able to find anyone to take care of the RHEA problem, but somebody found them. And then we get the return of Mia Yim, an NXT black and gold bum, someone that has never drew, someone that will never draw, someone that's not relevant, someone that doesn't offer anything to the fucking company. But Triple H has to bring his golden little buddies back. He has to scoop them all back with his big fucking nose. He has to scoop them out of the dirt of unrelevancy, and he just has to bring everyone back, man. I mean, he's probably going to bring back people in catering. Oh, you sold hamburgers on NXT Black and Gold, you can come back to Raw. The popcorn man, you sold popcorn in that shitty Universal Arena NXT takeover, you can come back and you can sell popcorn on Monday Night Raw. I mean, what's Triple H doing? Why is Mia Yim coming back? And I thought this was pathetic as well. So basically, Mia Yim is like the answer. Mia Yim is the big solution. So Edge couldn't beat Rhea, AJ couldn't beat Rhea, Ray couldn't beat Rhea, nobody could beat the Judgment Day or Rhea, but all of a sudden, you know, this fucking blue-haired freak that's married to fat-ass Keith Lee is the person that's going to solve everything, man. Are you shitting me? How weak does that make everyone else look, that they've got this Rhea problem for months, and all of a sudden, some blue-haired chick can turn up on Raw, who was never relevant, who was never any good, who was never popular, and all of a sudden she magically solves the Rhea Ripley problem. Just absolute garbage. They all brawl, and that's it. I mean, Judgment Day retreat, who cares? Then we go backstage, we have a horrible Judgment Day promo. Finn Balor is talking about how many problems that OC have. He says they've got 4 problems, no 8 problems, no 16 problems. Then he says they've got 99 problems, and I think he was trying to make a reference here to the JC song, but this was shite. This was bad. So I mean, whatever, garbage. Then we see Kathy Kelly approach Seth Rollins, asks him about his title match. Seth Rollins says he's a man of his word, he's still going to defend his title, and he asks if Kathy Kelly wants a shot at this belt. I mean, garbage. Fuck Kathy Kelly. Fuck this show. Then we get Otis versus Elias, and Otis pretty much just buries Elias. Don't know why, don't know how, but he just beat him in like 2 minutes. Bit of a strange one. So yeah, Otis wins. Then we get Bayley comes out with Dakota Kai and Sky. They get in the ring. They taunt Bianca Belair and the other fucking 2. I forget their names. I really do. This was absolutely this promo was horrendous. This was fucking bad. Bliss is asking them why they're bragging, because if it wasn't for Nikki Cross, they wouldn't be champs. Then all of a sudden, Asuka says something to Io Sky says something to Asuka in Japanese, and then Asuka's saying something back in Japanese, and then the Pure just start screaming in Japanese at each other, and like nobody can understand it, and everyone else is just looking at them. And then Asuka goes on an absolute rant in Japanese. Asuka's pure screaming in Japanese, man. I don't know what she was saying, but she was like fucking letting Io Sky have it. Then she kept calling her this name in Japanese. I don't know what it was, but she kept repeating the same word. Must have said it about 20 times in Io Sky's face, and Io Sky was like kind of covering her ears. And then Io Sky took her hands away from her ears, and she just looked at Asuka and went, "Biatch." And you know what? This thing between the 2 Japs was funny, but the promo itself was fucking horrendous. Nikki Cross comes out. It's a 4-on-3 beatdown. For some reason, Nikki Cross has aligned herself now with Damage Control, and they leave Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss, you know, laying in the ring. People are going to cry and claim racism, but I tell you what, if it wasn't for these two screaming Japanese at each other, this segment would have been atrocious. Well, don't get me wrong, it was still atrocious, but at least the Japanese part made it half decent. So, yeah, no, I mean, I think Asuka's best stuff in WWE has just basically been when she's been speaking broken English. So, I don't know, keep it up. That's what I would continue to do. Then we have Shelton Benjamin versus Austin Theory. Why? I do not know, but Austin Theory beats him. No surprise. Well, I guess it is a bit of a surprise. Austin Theory couldn't buy a win, but I guess, I mean, if you can't beat Shelton Benjamin, then it's just time to retire. It's time to leave, really, isn't it? Then we get The Miz versus Johnny Gargano. The Miz has... Johnny Gargano basically shows The Miz has been dealing with an undercover agent that he set up, and The Miz admits to everything about Dexter Lumis and how he paid Dexter to attack him and all this stuff. And honestly, man, if this is a storyline that they're going with, for me it just ruins it. We're supposed to believe that Dexter is this like aggressive, this like crazy stalker, you know, serial kind of killer guy that just like basically like terrorizes people and haunts them, and you know, just stalks them and shows up at their house and, you know, just will not leave them alone. But now we're basically being told that it was all fake, it was all put on, and it was all like a, you know, like a gimmick, and it was all like misbelief, and that not only is that a horrible storyline, but it also just buries Dexter Lumis' character. We're supposed to believe that he's this legit stalker, but now all of a sudden it looks like he was only doing it because he was getting paid. So again, this is horrendous. The Miz beats Johnny Gargano. He ends the match. He pretends that Lumis is underneath the ring. Then he hits Gargano with like a metal stick or something. Who cares? Gets the win. Then as Miz is going back up the ramp, Dexter Lumis comes out, hits the Miz in the back with a steel chair, and then Dexter Lumis gets chased out of the ring with security. Then we get Damage Control backstage. Cross is pacing around. They tell Cross that just because the match is being made for Survivor Series doesn't mean Cross doesn't need to wait to War Games. So we get Nikki Cross versus Dana Brooke for the 24/7 title. Nikki Cross absolutely buries Dana Brooke. Then they're walking to the back, and when they get backstage, there's a bin. Nikki Cross tries to put the belt in the bin, and she drops the fucking belt, and it misses the bin. Is this not just like proof that everything on this show is absolutely terrible? They couldn't even do a fucking belt dropping spot correctly, man. She tries to put the belt in the bin and she misses the bin. Like, what the fuck? How? I mean, how's that even possible? The bin was right there. It was a big bin. And Nikki Cross misses. So, I don't know. Is that the end of the 24/7 title? I'm going to assume so. I don't think Triple H likes the 24/7 title. R-Truth just got injured in NXT. That's his baby. He's gone now. He's done. And, you know, they were burying the 24/7 title online, and now it's been thrown in the trash can. So for me, I think this belt's officially gone. I won't miss it. But again, it just seems petty in my opinion. It seems like Triple H just wants to get rid of another thing that that McMahon created. But at the same time, this belt was horrendous. So I have no complaints if Triple H does get rid of it. Then we move on to the open challenge. Seth Rollins is in the ring. He wants to find out who his challenger is going to be. We get Mustafa Ali cutting a promo saying that he's going to be the guy to challenge him. Then he gets attacked off camera. Bobby Lashley's there. Bobby Lashley says there's two reasons why he's not champion. One is because of Brock Lesnar. He took care of Brock Lesnar. And the second reason is because of Seth Rollins. He's going to take care of Seth Rollins tonight. Mustafa Ali jumps Lashley again, but Lashley like throws him into this like I don't know, backstage equipment, and then Lashley says, right, back to where I was speaking, I'm coming for you, Rollins, and then Lashley leaves the backstage area to go to the ring. So Lashley comes to the ring, and it looks like we're getting Lashley versus Rollins in the main event for the WWE United States title. Right, guys, before we talk about the main event here, just want to take a wee quick break. Well, I say a quick break. It's not a break. It's like it's literally like a 5-second break. I am fucking wrecked. So if I'm slurring, if I am missing a few things here, apologies. But it's like 4:30 in the UK, and I've got work soon, and I just don't want to be fucking talking about wrestling. But here, we need to get the main event over with, so let's do it. Let's go. Open challenge. Bobby Lashley comes in, just basically pulls Seth out the ring and batters him, completely destroys him, kicks the shit out of Seth Rollins. The match can't happen. The officials pull Lashley off. Apparently, Seth Rollins is taking too much damage, so Lashley gets pulled to the back, and then all of a sudden, Austin Theory comes out. He's got the briefcase. He wants to cash in. He does cash in. He gets Seth Rollins in the ring. He hits every single move that he fucking can. Seth Rollins kicks out, even kicked out the pedigree. Then Austin Theory has the match won. But no, Bobby Lashley comes back. Bobby Lashley pulls Austin Theory out the ring. Then Bobby Lashley beats the shit out of Austin Theory. Then Bobby Lashley leaves. The referee's counting out Austin Theory. He gets to the count of 9, and Theory manages to get up and jump inside the ring at like 9.5. So the match continues, but as soon as Austin Theory jumps in the ring, before he can get up on his feet, Seth Rollins gets up, hits him with the curb stomp, gets the 1, 2, 3, and Seth Rollins wins and retains his title. And that is it. That's how Raw goes off there, with Seth Rollins retaining the belt, holding it up high, and remaining your United States title. Right now, guys, normally if I like a segment or if I like a match, I normally give it a point. Now, this main event, I liked it a lot, so I'm going to give it 2 points because it reminded me of the Attitude Era. It reminded me how like a lot of stuff was happening, chaos, just lots of stuff, lots of interference, lots of things, going down. Fast-paced action, none of this slow, boring 20-minute matches. It was people getting beat up, people getting in the ring, moves, kick out, near falls, action spots. It was just mayhem, basically. It was a mayhem main event, but I'm going to take a point off it, because how the fuck can Austin Theory cash in his US title? I mean, how can he cash in the briefcase for the US title? The briefcase has always been for a world title. Why would he want to cash in his briefcase for a mid-card title? Now, Seth Rollins can pretend that the US title is the world title, it's the main title on Raw. No, it's not. It's worthless. It doesn't mean shit, right? This is like cashing in a fucking $100 check for $1. It just doesn't make sense. You're losing out on $99, and I feel like Austin Theory here is this devalued the Money in the Bank, in my opinion, because now this has kind of set it up. This is left it open now in the future for people just to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase on whatever title they want. So it used to be the Money in the Bank briefcase got you a world title shot, but now it looks like it can get you a title shot at any title you want. Hell, you can even get a 24/7 title shot if you're willing to pick the belt up off the bin. Well, maybe not even the bin. You don't need to pick out the bin. It didn't land in the bin. If you pick up off the floor, you can get yourself a 24/7 title shot. Look, this was ridiculous. I just don't understand why you would have a guaranteed world title shot and then decide that you want a US title shot. Can you that just proves that wrestling's real. Why? Imagine a sport where you would be guaranteed a world title shot, but then you take something that is a level below a world title. This is dumb. This is fucking horrendous, man. It was stupid. It's just because Roman Reigns is holding the belts hostage, they've got to pretend that the US title is now a world title on Raw when it's not. I hated this. I fucking hated this. Now, the whole main event, I think the main event itself was good. I liked all the action, but the fact that he's cashing in on a US title and not the world title, for me, that's just completely ruined the Money in the Bank briefcase, the Money in the Bank stipulation, and it's dumb. I just cannot believe Austin Theory would do this. I mean, maybe he'll get his briefcase back. Maybe next week they'll say that maybe there'll be Adam Pearce will make an announcement and say that this title's not eligible, or that because Bobby Lashley got interfered, the match is like no contest. I don't know. But as things stand, Austin Theory is no longer the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. He cashed it in for a shot at a mid-card title. That means absolutely nothing. So, and no, the worst thing is, Austin Theory already held this belt a couple of months ago. So why would you give away a guaranteed world title shot to hold a belt that you've already held? You're just going fucking backwards. This makes no sense, man. This was bad. I don't get it. Anyway, guys, that is it. You know what? I'm going to give this Raw. It was really, really bad, but I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. The reason I'm giving it a 3 out of 10 is I like the opening. I like the opening segment. I liked the main event a lot, even though I'm taking 1 point off it. I gave it 2, but I'm taking a point off it for the shit cash-in on a mid-card title. But I'm also going to give a point to Asuka and Io Sky just screaming at each other in Japanese, and then Io Sky going, biatch, because I thought it was funny. I'm not going to lie. Just, you know, two hot women shouting, you know, a language at each other that I have no idea what they're saying. Maybe it's lame, maybe it's a bit childish for me, but I don't know. I couldn't help but find it funny. So there you go. I'm giving that 3 out of 10. Overall, though, wasn't a great Raw. It was shit. Apart from the main event and the opener and, you know, a couple of Japanese swear words, this was not a good Raw. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. I'll catch you in the next one. And until then, peace.